Hi everybody, welcome to the Raw Recap show. We're actually doing the Raw Recaps now Tuesday morning, so when I wake up and after the Scott Show wake-up call, which is 8 o'clock every single Tuesday morning, as well as every single morning except for Saturday, which we do it at 7. Can't bring that out enough, folks. But the Raw Recap show will be right after that. We'll be doing our thing, which I don't like doing them right after Raw because I'm super tired then. Because I get up early. I'm an early riser. So we're going to get started. I'm going to do things a little differently. We still have lordsofpain.net I'm using as kind of an outline. Give you guys an idea of what happened on the show. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of my feelings. What I think. So first of all, Roman Reigns comes out, Bray Wyatt comes out. You know, they have the first match of the night, the qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. First of all, I have to tell you guys that I am disappointed in WWE for putting together this match. Roman Reigns should have just had a squash match. Everybody and their brother knew that Roman Reigns is going to go to the Elimination Chamber. It is a story that nobody wants to hear. Roman and Brock going into Mania. Nobody wants to have this match. I mean, I don't get it. I'm not excited for Mania when it comes to Roman Reigns and Lesnar. The only way I'd be excited is if Lesnar wins. Why would you have Lesnar win when his contract's coming up? Roman does not excite me at all. So I'm, you know, we already saw this match in San Francisco. I don't want to see it again. Please don't put it on last. Last match should be Nakamura and AJ. Or honestly, I don't see why you don't put your women's match on last. If Rousey's fighting for the title. But irregardless, I just thought this was a stupid match. You know, your first match out of the gate is two people who should be in the main event. One that should be in the main event, and another one that is because he's the guy. Just disappointing. Roman Reigns wins the match like there was any surprise. Hardy comes out and lays Wyatt out. I think you're going to have a Wyatt-Hardy match at Elimination Chamber. You might even have another one of their matches at Mania. I'd love to see them kind of do they could do a House of Horrors match, or the Final Deletion Part 2. I don't think they'll call it Part 2 since the first part was on Impact. But anyway, so Reigns wins. Then they go backstage. They talk to Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins. So they're having their rematch tonight. It was Finn Balor and Carl Anderson against the Revival. First of all, why the hell are you doing this match? I don't get why you would have your probably best tag team in the world face off against, Finn Balor and Carl Anderson. I don't get it. I like how they brought out the fact that they're tag team specialists and that they're that good, but let them get the win over Finn Balor. At least let them get the win over Carl Anderson. I don't get that. I think you're going to see a lot more of the Revival and the Balor Club. Let's just hope that there's some sort of win there. So the next thing is Sasha Banks and Bayley had their little back and forth. Bayley said, "Is there anything you could tell me about Asuka?" Bayley's been in the ring with Asuka before. I don't even know why they did this segment instead of the fact that Sasha's going to turn. And she's going to turn on Bayley. And they're going to have a match at Mania. I am going to be jumping for joy when Sasha and Bayley get their match at Mania. And what I would love to see is I'd love to see Bayley get the pin on Sasha in the Chamber. Because Sasha eliminated Bayley from the Rumble. Here you have the four cruiserweight match: Nice, Gulak, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander. I'm not I'm not into the whole cruiserweight thing. I love the fact they brought out Drake Maverick, who was the former Rockstar Spud. He even says that that's his former name. I like the fact that they did that, only to bring in some continuity. It's kind of like when they brought out Kenta and called him Hideo Itami. But they called him Hideo Itami. You know, they made sure that they said, this is why your name's changing, or Prince Devitt when he came out and became Finn Balor. Of course, they did both of those on NXT, which is a little different than this, so it is what it is. Kurt Angle and Alexa... Oh, now I gotta tell you guys that Ali and Alexander won the match. Alexander took a hell of a bump on his shoulder. I really thought he was hurt. But he did that lumbar check move to Drew Gulak, and that move just looks like money all day long. I mean, the way that Gulak takes it, you could just watch it all day long, because, I mean, it's something to behold. And if it doesn't hurt, or if it hurts your opponent less than normal moves, good for them for coming up with something that just looks phenomenal. For sure. Alright, so they have two matches for 205 Live. Kalisto and Lince Dorado, and Hideo Itami against Roderick Strong. I would probably watch that match. Kalisto and Lince, I don't really care for. It's a 16-man tournament. 4 from last week, so TJP and Cedric Alexander move on. And then you have these 4. Then you have 8 more, which hopefully you bring out somebody who has a little bit of money to them. Angle comes out and announces that Alexa Bliss will put her title on the line against Bayley, Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Sonya Deville. Now, I am going to call that Alexa Bliss wins this match. Bayley and Sasha have their thing. And probably the last one in the ring will be, I would love it to be Sonya Deville, just to give her that big push, or Mandy. But it's probably going to be Mickie James. So, I can't really see anybody else come out of here, the Raw Women's Champion, and look good. I'm hoping that it's a good match, but we'll see what happens. They better book this right. Then Angle announces that Alexa Bliss, or that Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss's best friend, and Asuka will be in singles action for the Chamber pay-per-view. Now, it's really interesting because here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to find some way for Nia Jax to win the match, and then she gets added to the match for Mania with Asuka and Jax and the Raw Women's Champion. But then Asuka says, I'm fighting Charlotte. And then you get Asuka Charlotte on the other side. You get Jax against Bliss, which would be the best way to set it up. And then you get, you have 3 different women's matches. Then you have, Rousey and McMahon. Which, why not? Right after that, though, after they announced the matches, Bliss came out and said, hey, wait a second. Why is my title on the line when Brock doesn't have to defend it? And then brought out the woman card. It's just because I'm a woman, I should get the same privilege of defending my title. Which, you know what? I totally agree. I think that, I think that it is, if they want to play fair, they threw out the right card here and said, hey, you're not being fair. Then Angle said something really stupid. He said, well, you haven't defended your title since October. Look at the house show stuff. I'm pretty sure Alexa has defended her title, including in Abu Dhabi, which I think was in November or whatever. But I just find it to be really terrible that, I would just, defend them both. They did it last year. It's when Bray Wyatt won the world title. So, I just think it's dumb, folks. And Alexa Bliss was right, so she made a great point, and they did not do anything about it. They went to the fans. How stupid is that? Just saying. Alright, so then the next match, Asuka and Bayley. They had a great match, a few great matches in NXT. This one was good too. I was not surprised that Asuka won. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're thinking about having Nia Jax win over Asuka and be the one to break the winning streak. But it makes sense to me. And they can do it where it makes sense. So, I mean, every match you're going to lose your winning streak. Asuka wins the match, and they shake hands afterwards, which was really cool. Miz and Apollo Crews had their next match for the Elimination Chamber qualifying. What mindset are you in that you would think Apollo freaking Crews, is getting a shot at this title? It's just sorry folks, we had little technical difficulties here. Yeah, what world do you think that you're in that you're gonna have this happen? It just blows my mind. Apollo Crews is not going to get into the Elimination Chamber. It just is not going to happen. The Miz wins the match. Not a surprise. Then Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins against the Bar. They have their match. Of course, just kind of a screw up there as well. The Bar wins the match via DQ. I was surprised that they went to a DQ with this. And yeah, I was really surprised they went to a DQ. It was kind of crazy. So then you had Nia Jax face off against Vanessa Floyd. And Nia Jax won that match pretty easy. I'm not surprised that Nia Jax won that match and did what she did. She said Asuka won't be the Empress tomorrow; she'll be the Empress of yesterday. Quite a little interesting thing there. Sonya Deville and Mickie James had a match. Interesting match. Mickie James wins the match with a quick roll-up. I didn't understand how that worked out. Kind of a stupid finish there, I think. Absolution hits the ring. Paige barks some orders and they get double teamed. Alexa Bliss helps out Mickie. Don't know why that happened, but Alexa's trying to make some friends, I guess. A second chance fatal 4-way is announced for next week's Raw. It's going to be Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, Finn Balor, and Apollo Crews. So guess who's getting the pinfall on that one, folks? I don't think it takes anybody to make that sense of who's getting the pinfall. Triple threat match, John Cena, Elias, and Braun Strowman. Cena, I just hate John Cena. I just hate John Cena so much. I think he's a terrible wrestler. I really think he's, I don't even know why they give him so much. Elias is, a mid-carder at best, and then you put your best guy out there, Braun Strowman, who is the man, who is the guy, and, he doesn't win the match. He gets they gave him so much heat back at the end of the match, but how can you let your guy get beat up by Cena and Elias? I don't understand that. And I don't get it. I don't get how Elias and John Cena and Braun Strowman would make an interesting match, except for Braun Strowman just destroying him. Elias wins the match over John Cena, thank God, because John Cena doesn't even deserve to be in wrestling anymore. He made his money, he needs to go away. Elias wins the match, and Braun hits him with the power slam, hits Cena with the power slam, hits Elias with another power slam, and Hogan must pose again with Braun instead of Hogan here. So that's the end of that match, and it is what it is, folks. Elias is number 6 in the chamber. Braun is still in there, so is John Cena, and that is the end of the match. So you guys have a great rest of your day here on thescottshow.com. We will be back with a whole bunch more stuff. Tomorrow I will be doing the Raw Recap. I will not be doing the Mixed Match Challenge. It is Goldust and Mandy Rose against the loser twins of Naomi and either Jimmy or Jey Uso. Either one of them are garbage. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be watching that match. I will not objectify myself to watching garbage wrestling on Facebook Watch. I will be probably turning it in to Facebook for vandalizing my eyes, because I just don't want to see this match, especially if the loser twins win. So it is what it is. So folks, I want to thank you again for listening to the Raw Recap show. Thank you guys so very much. I will catch you here real soon at thescottshow.com.